So here it is, Christmas in Seoul. And where else better to start a Christmas themed Seoul walk than Myeongdong, which has always been for me the heart of Christmas in Seoul. That's not necessarily true anymore. There are many other areas in Seoul now where you can get that Christmas spirit. But I noticed last year, Myeongdong didn't feel as Christmassy as it had in the past, and I'm curious how it's going to feel this year. But we're doing a bit of a walk tonight. We're going to start here in Myeongdong. I'm going to wander around here for a bit, and then I'll take you over to Namdaemun. They've built this new cover at Namdaemun, this awning, a giant shelter thing. So I want to see what that looks like for Christmas, what they've done in terms of decorations. We'll pass through there. We'll head north up toward City Hall, get a look at the ice skating rink, which I assume is set up again this year. I haven't been by there lately. And then we'll get to Gwanghwamun Market, the Christmas market, wander around there for a little bit, maybe have some mulled wine and some snacks, some food. And then we're going to go to Cheonggyecheon and take a look at this year's version of the Lantern Festival, as they still call it. So, let's go.
Fair
I don't know. I still feel like there used to be a lot more to the decorations here. I mean, we've got the lights on the trees. You've got the cathedral decorated. You've got the Christmas tree in the plaza where it's always been. Wreaths outside the Royal Hotel. Trees in some of the places. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it used to. Something about it just isn't the same. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just that it's hard for me to get the Christmas spirit here. I think part of it also might be that you can see Christmas in a lot of popular areas here. Coex Mall and all the shopping malls and parks and things like that. So it's more prevalent in the city than it used to be. So maybe this just doesn't feel as special as it once did. That could be part of it. Back in the day, this was like the place, the only place where you could get the Christmas spirit, that feeling of Christmas. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that hasn't changed. It's just that the city's changed around it, and my perception of Christmas in the city has changed. Okay, here we go. My favorite egg bread. If you saw the first video I uploaded here, this was one of the places that I visited. I think I visited 3 egg bread shops in that one. Seems like it was 3. Yeah, this was this one still remains one of my favorites with the cheese, and I haven't had it in a while. Since we moved, I don't get back out this way anymore. And the lady said when I saw her, she's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. And I told her I moved to Seoul, so I don't get out here anymore. But yeah, she's always been very kind to me. And I should get out this way more and keep buying egg bread from her. I mean, it is really good. And I really want to keep supporting my favorite street food vendors. I know that the costs, their costs keep going up. And there's like a crisis right now with bungeobang, the carp, the fish-shaped red bean cakes or custard cakes that they sell. Those are getting more and more expensive to make, and the vendors are having a hard time keeping the prices down. But this cheese egg bread that this lady sells is still 2,000 won, and it has been for quite a while now. And the regular egg bread is 1,500 won, which is, I think, amazing at this point. So still as good as ever. So Lotte department store here has been putting up Christmas displays for years and years, and they tend to have a different theme every year. And they've had in the past some really grand ones. Like a few years ago, they had this tunnel of lights set up out here, and they've had facades that they've set up with all kinds of things and multiple window displays. But this year it's mostly just lights. The theme is Sweet Holidays.
The child is a king, the carolers sing. The old is past, there's a new beginning. Dreams of Santa, dreams of snow. Fingers numb, faces aglow. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. A time for living, a time for believing, a time for trusting, not receiving. Love and laughter and joy ever after. Ours for the taking, just follow the master. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. With logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Silent night, holy night. It's a time for giving, a time for getting, a time for forgiving and for forgetting. Christmas is love, Christmas is peace, a time for hating and fighting to cease. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. With logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. With logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. With logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Silent night, holy night.
Christian rhyme with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see.
So City Hall is straight down that street over there at the other end, up by the Christmas tree. So we could go there pretty quickly from here, but we're gonna head down to see the Shinsegae display, what they're doing this year. They also, in the past, have had grand displays set up with a different theme every year. And they used to really do some interesting things with the face of the building. All kinds of different light shows and displays that they put on there. They had a really good one 2 or 3 years ago that I shot some footage of. But from last year, they set up a large screen installation, and that kind of ruins it. I mean, from their perspective, they can run ads on it 365 days a year now. But it really, I think, lessened the impact of their Christmas display. Now they just show a video on the screen. We are cutting through the underground shopping center here. Yeah, but these Shinsegae Christmas displays used to draw huge crowds, and they would stop traffic. But they'd have huge crowds of people gathered on the sidewalk across the street, and people directing traffic on the street in between. It's not the same experience seeing this big display on the front of the building. I mean, there are displays all over the city. Just, I mean, right over there is a display. There are big displays all over Gangnam. Several of them will be showing Christmas themed stuff. And now they're showing the ad. See, before they just showed the Christmas display and whatever video would play on the surface of the building, but you wouldn't see any ads. And if we want to see the video, we've got to wait now until the ads finish playing. But I guess they do still have some bit of a crowd. You can see a guy over here with a bullhorn. His job is to make sure people keep a pathway open. All right, I saw this on YouTube already. See, that's what I mean. It's the same video they showed on YouTube. Ruins the experience. It's not special anymore. You can just watch it on YouTube. You don't have to come here. They were singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," and I don't want to get a copyright claim for that, so I will leave a link below to the video on YouTube if you want to see it. And this is the department store. Oh, this was the food court area. Looks like they're doing some work. And this is basically the same thing they set up every year. Now this is obviously all closed up here. Hey, a couple of Christmas trees. For many, many years, there was a shop up here on the left that sold Christmas stuff, little Christmas trees and other decorations. So I guess Sunday evening is not the time to come to Namdaemun. So here's the big awning they've put up, the big cover above us here. It's so strange to see that here now. Wow. Very, very different. Okay, so Namdaemun Market was a bust. Not because most of it was closed, but because I really expected to see some
fanciful decorations hanging down from the new cover. That's a real missed opportunity there. I did see a couple of Christmas shops, though, selling decorations. So if you're decorating your apartment in Seoul, you might find something there that's useful.
And another distinct absence of anything Christmassy, a handful of bushes with lights on them. It's like my apartment complex at the entrance. There's two entrances to my apartment complex, and at both entrances they have some lights strung up on the bushes. And that's it. That's the extent of the Christmas decorations in our apartment complex. Just those kinds of lights right there. Oh, this is interesting. And to be clear, I'm not complaining about this. And I mean, you can't expect Korea to celebrate Christmas the same way we do in North America and Europe and Australia. It's not a long tradition here. And there is a significant Christian population here. But I mean, Christmas in the West goes beyond religion, right? That's at the core of it. But when I was growing up, it was never about the Christian aspect of it for me. It was about the lights and the Christmas trees and the presents. And I know some people who would lament that, people who are deeply religious who would lament that it isn't more about that aspect of it. But look, people can celebrate Christmas however they want, as far as I'm concerned. And we do see more of it here in Korea than we used to. 30 years ago, it was just a handful of spots that put up decorations. But these days, it's all over the place, even if it is still, not every shop. You still see it a lot more than you used to. And there's more official stuff set up by like local governments, offices, and city hall and all of that. So it is what it is, but I still miss the feeling that I had as a child. I guess if there's any time I get sentimental about the past, it's Christmas time.
You can always count on a Christmas tree in Seoul Plaza outside of City Hall. And behind it, there's the ice skating rink that they put up every winter. These days, it's part of the annual Seoul Winter Festa. Although, as we're walking by, it's still under construction. It was scheduled to open on December 19th. Across the street from City Hall, the path alongside Doksu Palace, is very nicely decorated with lights. More romantic than Christmassy, I think. So if you've got a loved one handy, I think it would make for a great stroll. They've also got some vendor booths set up, but apparently they close early on Sundays, and I don't know what time they open. I do know that this little display started up on December 13th and is slated to run until Christmas Day. From there, it's back to Sejongno to head north of Doksu-gung and City Hall toward Gwanghwamun Square and the Christmas market. with a brief stop along the way to gawk at the large screen showing a Christmas video.
I think last year they had Squid Game thing set up here. This year it's Avatar.
There are 3 sections to the Gwanghwamun market. One, called the Santa Village Market, is comprised of local vendors selling mostly handcrafted goods. I've seen it in the past, and this time the line was much too long. I didn't feel like waiting. More local vendors were set up at the entrance to the Sejong Museum of Art, selling a variety of items. And one particularly energetic guy playing an excellent rendition of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme on the open piano. More vendors were set up in a zone called the Fun Plaza around the Rudolph Carousel.
Now, I'm surprised to see such a long line for this market. The 2 times I've been here before, there was no line. I guess I got here outside of the peak hours. Beef steak.
They had a different vendor selling mulled wine this year, and as usual, they used the French term vin chaud instead of glühwein.
But I'm a little disappointed because this is a really small size cup and it's 6,000 won. And that glühwein I saw at the little market, the small little market at Seongbukjeon last week, was a much bigger cup for 5,000 won. Oh, okay, but this is really good though. It's really good. And it's not strong. It's, whoa, okay. Okay, disappointment overcome. This is even better than the stuff I had last year here. The spices are just right. Wow, so good.
The light show is set up better this year with a view that's unobstructed from further away, so you don't have to get right up to the street to see it. And there are a few other attractions and local vendors around the plaza. Next up is our last stop of the night, the Lantern Festival at Cheonggye Stream.
I'm driving home for Christmas. Oh, I can't wait to see those faces. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. Take a look at the driver next to me. He's just the same. Just the same. Towing tailbacks. Oh, I got red lights all around.
I might gripe and moan about how Christmas in Myeongdong has changed or about the lack of decorations at Namdaemun Market. But Christmas in Korea is Korean Christmas. It's never going to be the same as the Christmas I grew up with in the States. For that matter, Christmas in the States today isn't the Christmas that I grew up with. I've seen that firsthand when visiting during the holiday season. The truth is, Christmas changed for me long before I came to Korea, and I'm never going to fully recapture that old feeling from my childhood. But if you see me wandering the streets of Seoul during the holiday season, you just might find me stopped outside of a shop or a cafe, staring at a Christmas tree or some Christmas lights, because I can still find a hint of the old peace and joy that I remember from my childhood in every Christmas decoration I see. And I hope wherever you are in the world and however you celebrate this time of year, that you have the opportunity to find that same peace and joy, at least for a little while.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all want some figgy pudding. We all want some figgy pudding. We all want some figgy pudding. So bring some right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some